Hi man, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Protect man back when I wanted day mill where I stay safe with this COVID-19 where I just hope everyone had a good week. Um Today's live stream is on the NFC North Division. I did have an Instagram poll on my Instagram, so if you didn't follow me on Instagram, I'll put it in the link in the description. So I had a poll, I had people vote on which division it was. It was between the AFC North and NFC North. 7% voted for the NFC North, 29% voted for the AFC North. So um, I decided to go ahead and do the NFC North division real quick. I'm gonna give you all my predictions for each division. Made some breakout players on each team. Maybe one offensively, one defensively. And we're gonna wrap this up and go ahead and get to the next division real quick. So all right, so I want to start. I'm gonna go by alphabetical order by team name. So uh, Chicago will be first. After that, it'll be Green Bay, Minnesota. Actually, it'll be Chicago, Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota. That's how I'm gonna go. And that, I'll put the teams in order of wins and losses afterwards. So I'm starting with the Bears. Um, Bears had a really weird offseason. They traded for Nick Foles. They drafted some players at positions of need, but they kind of doubled down some positions they shouldn't have doubled down on. They picked up Jimmy Graham. That's some weird stuff this offseason. Mitch Trubisky's in trouble. We don't know if he's going to be starting quarterback. It was Nick Foles. So it kind of conflicts my picks when it comes to games. I don't know who the starting quarterback is. It could be Nick Foles. If Foles were to get hurt, and it's Trubisky. If Trubisky showed up in training camp, it's Trubisky. I don't know who's starting. So it kind of puts me in a very, very peculiar position to pick games. But this is what I got. Week 1, they play the Lions. They go to Detroit. I don't really have a lot of faith in the Detroit Lions, to be honest with you. I do like Matthew Stafford as a quarterback. I like what they have offensively, but defensively, they look a little weak. They got rid of Darius Slay. Is Jeff Okuda going to hop in there and be Darius Slay? I don't think so. He's a rookie. So I got the Bears winning that game strictly off their defense. Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Eddie Jackson, Kyle Fuller, Roquan Smith, Danny Trevathan. They have one of the best defenses in football. And it's going to be enough to contain that Lions offense. And they'll probably just run the football, play conservative football, and do just enough to win. Probably the game has probably been the team, like 17-14, something like that. They play the Giants at home week 2. I don't believe in the Giants, man. I'm sorry. I've already talked about it earlier. Don't think Giants are a good football team. I got the Bears win the game there. Start 2-0. Don't know who the starting quarterback is, but they're 2-0. Go to Atlanta. That's a little too much firepower there, boy. Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, Todd Gurley now, Hayden Hurst, Matt Ryan behind center. Give me the Falcons to win that game. They take a loss there. They play the Colts in week 4. The Colts are an enigma to me. I don't know what's up with the Colts. If Philip Rivers played like he played last year for the Chargers, they're not going to be good. And I don't think Philip Rivers is going to revert back to 3 years ago, 4 years ago. He's getting older, so it means he's going to continue to play more deteriorated version of himself. So they're going to harass his ass, boy. They're going to be on him like white on rice. That pass rush is going to be on him, boy, and he's going to be horrified. Given the Colts have a really good offensive line, though, I would not say they don't have a good offensive line, but I don't think it's enough against that defensive line. I like Quentin Nelson. I like Ryan Kelly. I like what they got offensively on the line, but that's a hellacious pass rush you got to contain. I don't think they can contain that. So give me the Bears to win that game. So they're 3-1 at this point after 4 games. It's pretty good, especially we do not know who their starting quarterback is. They have to go to Tampa Bay in week 5. This one I think is going to be a little too much for them. Mike Evans, anybody? Chris Godwin? Odie Howard? Gronkowski? They have a little too much in Tampa for the Bears to handle. And they have to go to Tampa. So that's a loss. Go to Panthers week 6. I'm not scared of Panthers. You should not be scared of Panthers. It's a real win. The Rams in week 7 is a loss. I just think that Sean McVay will find a way to scheme up something to score points against his defense. It's at home for the Rams, that is. Last time they played Chicago was in Chicago, and that didn't end well, but I think this one should end differently. I can't really give you a specific reason why, besides I think Jared Goff is better than any quarterback that the Bears have on the roster. So that's why. Some reason why. One reason why for real. Saints, even at home in week 8, I have y'all losing. I just think the Saints have a better football team. This is no offense to the Bears. I just think the Saints have an overall better football team, and they have enough offensively to kind of keep your defense off balance a bit. Beat the Titans in week 9. If you just contain Derrick Henry, everything else takes care of itself. I think y'all do enough to contain Derrick Henry and lead y'all way to victory. Week 10 versus the Vikings. That's a win there. Kirk Cousins doesn't play well in Chicago. He kind of froze himself the time he goes to Chicago. Ever since he's been in Minnesota, every time he goes to Chicago is a bad experience, and I expect that to continue. Week 11 is their bye, so they have 2 weeks to prepare against the Packers. Does not matter. Aaron Rodgers is better than Nick Foles or Mr. Trubisky. I think Aaron Jones is better than any running back they have on their roster. I think Devontae Adams is better than any receiver they have on their roster. Basically, what I'm saying is that they have a lot of advantage at certain positions that the Bears do not, and they will win this game. Simple. Week 13, they play the Lions again. I think that's another win. Don't believe in the Lions, like I stated earlier. Week 14, they play the Texans. This could be a loss, but they're going to be on Deshaun Watson like white on rice. I don't see Deshaun getting out of that game not being injured. I don't see it. He's that hellacious pass is going to hurt Deshaun. I honestly think so. I don't see him coming out there and not come out that game not getting sacked five times. So that's a win for the Bears there. Now going to Minnesota, that's a different animal. Kirk might light y'all up. Give me a loss for the Bears there. Give me a win against the Jags in Week 16. Don't trust the Jaguars at all. And they lose to the Packers in Week 17 for a sweep. 9-7 is the record I got for the Bears right now. Not bad for a team that does not know who their starting quarterback is. And not bad for a team that's had a lot of guys coming from injury too. So we're gonna see how this guy looking come back from injuries more. So. But I do have the Bears going 9-7. Let's get to the Detroit Lions. Okay. Shout out my cousin Angelo. He's a big Detroit Lions fan. I don't think the Lions are bad as everybody thinks they are. They're not like 3-13 bad. I don't think they're that bad of a football team, but they're going to struggle a bit. Younger team, new star corner. Darius Slay's out the door. TJ Hawkinson started off hot and then kind of cooled off. Don't know what's up with TJ Hawkinson. They have a lot of young pieces in Detroit, and we do not trust Matthew Stafford's health. I repeat, I cannot trust Matthew Stafford's health. So, Bears week 1, loss. Defense is too much. Go to Green Bay week 2, not happening. Loss. Week 3, go to Arizona. Tough environment. No. Week 4, they go to the Saints. They play the Saints at home. Loss. So now you start 0-4. I'm gonna get out the way. Start 0-4. Simply put. So you have a week 5 bye. So you have a bye week to kind of decompress, see what the heck happened. Why the heck you start 0-4? Try to figure some stuff out and try to recapture some magic here. All right, so week 6 you play the Jaguars. I don't trust the Jaguars. I don't think they're a good football team to win. Play the Falcons in week 7. The Falcons could beat them, but I've seen crazy things happen. I have the Falcons losing that game. They might get caught slipping. And the Lions can just go and sweep up that carpet and go get a huge win to kind of get some momentum going. Play the Colts in week 8. I said I don't trust the Colts like that. I do think they have some good talent in Indianapolis, but don't know so Philip Rivers. So I'm gonna just give them a win there. Play the Vikings in week 9. I don't see them winning that game. It's a loss. Play the Redskins in week 10. It's a toss up. But I just truly think that Matthew Stafford will not be healthy at this point. He's gonna be hurt again, and I see the Redskins winning that game. It's a loss. Lost to the Panthers in week 11. Gotta go to Carolina. Carolina gonna win some type of game this year. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, so week 12. I beat the Texans week 12. Some kind of crazy upset. I always try to pick one upset in every schedule, and it's my one upset for them. Not two for them actually. I didn't beat the Falcons as well. Week 13, Bears defense too much loss. Packers loss. Titans loss. I think their defense is too much for them as well. Beat the Bucks in week 16. Crazy, I know. And they beat the Vikings in week 17 for a record of 6-10. So next we have the Green Bay Packers. Now I'm gonna get to the Packers real quick. I think the Packers are the best team in this division. I'm gonna start that off with that. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the division. I think they have probably the best. I would say the best defense, but the best pass rush in this division. I will say with Darius Smith and Preston Smith. I argue the best corner in the division in Jair Alexander. So that gives you some keen advantages, in my opinion. We get the best quarterback, the best defensive back, probably the best wide receiver as well. You talked about Adams. Argue the best running back in Aaron Jones, I guess. No. I would say Dalvin Cook's the best running back in the division in Minnesota. So the second best running back in the division. So I think they're the cream of the crop in this division, honestly. And I hadn't won this division. So I'm gonna start with that before I even give you the picks of the games and all that. So I'm going to get started. Vikings week 1. I don't think the Vikings can take the Packers, to be honest. I think Kirk Cousins is going to struggle a bit with that pass rush of the Smith brothers and all that good jazz. I mean, Jair is going to strap Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson's a rookie. It's his first game in the NFL. Do you really think he'll go ball out in his first game? Probably not. Win for the Packers there. Week 2, the Lions. I've already talked about the Lions. I don't really trust them that much, especially with Matthew Stafford's health being kind of a question mark. He should be healthy at this point in the season, but I still think they're better than the Lions win. Go to the Saints in week 3. Tough place to play in New Orleans. I don't see them winning that game, so that's a loss. Play the Falcons in week 4. I think that's a win as well. And Lambeau, yeah, it's a win. Bucks going to Tampa. I think Tom Brady will do just enough to win that game. They have too many offensive weapons for them to score points. And then defensively, Shaq Barrett's a monster, and he's going to be a problem. So that's a loss. Week 7 against the Texans, do advance a win. I don't think the Texans enough offensively to actually put up points against this Green Bay defense. Even though they did lose Blake Martinez, I still think their defense is pretty solid in my opinion. So I think that's a win for them. Play the Vikings again in week 8. Don't trust the Vikings, like I said, specifically against the Packers. They just don't thread a needle for me. So that is a win for the Packers there. The Niners off a short week. Thursday night football coming off a Sunday night game. Don't see them winning that game. It's a little too much to ask for. Week 10 to play the Jags. The Jags suck. I'm not going to keep talking about that. Win. The Colts. This is a game I think that the Packers would sleep. And I'm looking forward to the Bears game week 12. Might get caught slipping. Might not be fully ready for the game. Might not be focused. I'm gonna get them an L there. The Bears in week 12, when they have a really good history against Chicago. It just seems that way. Doesn't matter. They're down 21-0. They get blown out. They get destroyed. They have a good history against the Chicago Bears. So give me a win there. Eagles week 13 is a loss. Even when I was at home, I truly believe that the Eagles found some magic last year when they went to Green Bay and won. I think they could do it all over again. Both rosters are very, very, very similar. The dynamic of the game is very similar. Just give me the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are quite a better team than the Packers, but they had the formula to beat Green Bay. If that makes sense. They run the football well. They play good defense. They'll keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. All that good jazz. So I think that's a loss there. Beat the Lions in Week 14. Like I said, I don't trust the Lions that much, to be honest with you. Beat the Panthers in Week 15. Carolina stinks. Week 16, that's a tough one against the Titans. Titans can actually go to Green Bay and win, but I just don't quite see it. I think the Packers are a slightly better team than the Titans, in my opinion. They'll edge them out, make a couple plays that the Titans can't make. Ryan Tannehill is not better than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers made just enough plays to win that game. Simply put, give me the Packers to win that game. Even the Bears, like I said, they have a good history against the Chicago Bears. Don't trust them being the Packers. They hardly ever do. So give me them to win that game. So right now they have 5 losses. That puts them at 11-5. So the last team on the docket is the Minnesota Vikings. I'm talking about the Vikings real quick. They made playoffs last year. Kirk Cousins and company made a run, got in, beat the New Orleans Saints in Wild Card Weekend to get the divisional weekend, and then the San Francisco 49ers systematically destroyed them by running the football down their throat. So, even Allen Austin lost Xavier Rhodes. He traded Stephon Diggs away. Everson Griffin isn't there anymore. Dalvin Cook was an extension. A lot is going on in Minnesota. Kirk Cousins got paid, but Dalvin Cook ain't got paid yet. So a lot going on in Minnesota now. So this might be a little tougher season than last year. Let's put it that way. All right, so week 1, they played the Packers. I already talked about this loss. Week 2, they played the Colts. I think that's a win. I don't trust Phillip Rivers. I trust Kirk more. I trust Phillip. Give me the Vikings. Week 3 against the Titans. Upset alert. I do think they win this game. Brian Tannehill does not really tickle my fancy that well. I do like A.J. Brown. I do like Corey Davis. But outside of that, there's nothing else. I like Adam Humphries. I'm going to phrase that. They're nothing in the tight end spot. Offensive line is solid, but not great. They lose Jack Conklin. That does hurt him a bit. And as for the Vikings, their secondary is a little suspect. But outside of that, their defense is still relatively solid. Even they lost Everson Griffin. They're going to have just enough defensively, and Kirk is going to do just enough offensively to win this game. Give me them to win. Texans in Houston in week 4. Loss. Finn Deshaun will be too much for them, honestly. That's it. That's the only way I got them losing that game. They got to go to Seattle. Loss. Russell Wilson's just too much. And outside of their pass rush, the Seahawks actually have a very decent defense. Week 6 against the Falcons. Toss up. But I'm going to give it to them in Minnesota. I think they played pretty well at home, in my opinion. At Packers week 8, I did have a week 7 bye. Don't care how many weeks they got to play. I don't care they got a bye week, 2 bye weeks, and I beat the Packers. Lions win. Don't trust the Lions. Bears at Bears is a loss. I've already explained that. He doesn't play well. Kirk Cousins does not play well in Chicago. He just does not play well in Chicago. He goes to Chicago and throws up all over himself, and it just gets ugly relatively quickly. Cowboys lost. One reason: Ezekiel Elliott and them running the football is going to take the air out of the ball. I honestly think they're going to take that approach, take the air out of the ball, and force Kirk Cousins to score quickly, and he will not be able to. So I think it's a loss there for the Vikings. Beat the Panthers in week 12. Beat the Jags in week 13. Who really cares? The Bucks, I think got too much offensively. That's a loss for them. I said they beat the Bears in week 15 at home. I said he plays them a lot better in Minnesota than in Chicago. They end the season with 2 losses. They upset by the Lions in week 17 and lose to the Saints in week 16. I think the Saints are a better football team and have to go to New Orleans and ask for week 17 against the Lions. The Lions haven't won a division game, right? Don't think it'll be the Packers and don't think it'll be the Bears. They're going to catch the Vikings slipping. So that being said, the Vikings finished 8-8. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this division a summary in a nutshell, shall we? So I had the Packers winning at 11-5. They're the best team in the division, point blank period. Best quarterback, best overall football team, simply put. Bro, where was that? But yeah, so Packers win 11-5. The Bears finished second at 9-7. I don't know their quarterback situation, so it's kind of very iffy to really say they're a playoff team or not. They have a playoff-like defense. They have the offensive weapons. They just don't know who the heck the quarterback is. Since I know the quarterback is, I can't trust him fully. And Vikings are third at 8-8. The thing with the Vikings to me is that their roster's in flux. They lost a lot of veteran leadership. They bring a lot of young guys in. These young guys, all these young guys, are going to contribute year one and be very, very productive in their respective positions. I don't know. So they have a lot of influx things. Dalvin Cook was an extension. He might hold out. Not for long, but it might hold out for a little bit. So it's a lot of things going on in Minnesota, and a little too much adversity for me to say they're a playoff team right now. And that's for the Lions. They're at the rear at 6-10. Matthew Stafford's health is always a problem with me. I can't trust him staying healthy. And they have some talent in Detroit, but these teams are just better. So that's pretty much about it. So very comment, subscribe if you're new. Also on turn on post notifications. Put the post video. Put God first out the way. Stay safe with this COVID-19, man. Comment out your thoughts down below. What are your thoughts on this division? Who you think you have winning it? Why do you think that this team or that team winning it? Who's a sleeper team? I think the sleeper team for me is Chicago. I honestly think they get their quarterback situation straightened out, they could be a team that can win 11, 12 games. To the team to watch out for in the future is the Detroit Lions. As Matthew Stafford gets older and older, they might move on from Matthew Stafford, draft a quarterback, get that cap space freed up for other positions, really start to ramp up that team, bring some more talent in, and really, really get the ball rolling in Detroit. Get rid of Matt Patricia's bum ass, who's trash, and really get a really good coach in there. And they should be the team in the future that should really take over this division. The team I think is going to fall off, in my opinion, is the Vikings. As Kirk gets older and older, his skills are diminished. You're losing some offensive weaponry. You already lost Stephon Diggs. You could lose Dalvin Cook next year if he goes into free agency. So I think the team's going to fall off. And I think the steady force is the Packers. They're going to stay steady, even with the whole Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love situation. Even if they move on from Aaron in 2 years, I think there'll be the steady ship, there'll be the steady force in that division because of the coaching. I like Matt LaFleur. Because of the roster, I think the roster is solid. It's not great, but I think it's a solid roster overall. It has some good talent at almost every position. And when we move on from Aaron, not the year you move on from him, but the year after that, you should have a lot more cap space to mess with and tinker your roster with and really get this thing rolling for Jordan Love. So that's going to do it for the division for me. You guys stay safe. I'm gone, bro. Peace. Next division on the docket. If you do not follow on Instagram, I will comment my Instagram on here real quick. If you hit the follow button for me. Also, what's this darn thing? I'm going to comment my Instagram on here. So I'm going to do another poll tonight. The poll will talk about the next division on the docket. If you guys vote for that division, I will do a division next. And I'll do it on Wednesday. So it gives you time to really break down the division and figure out who's going to win it, all that good jazz. Also, more Redskins content on the way if you're a Redskins fan. A lot more Redskins content on the way. That's about it. So more Redskins content on the way this week. We'll do whatever live stream on the next division on the docket on Wednesday. And Friday, I will finally state my opinions on the return of the NBA. So that'll be my content this week. Wednesday, the next live stream, that'll be comment by you guys on my Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram, it's in the chat. hit the follow button for me, and vote on the next division. I'll put the poll up in about an hour or so you can vote on the next division I'll put on the docket. More wrestling content tomorrow. I'll record a wrestling video tomorrow, upload on Tuesday. And then Friday will be my opinion on the return of the NBA. I'll probably do a live stream on that as well. My first NBA live stream on my channel. So if you want to catch that as well. All right, guys. Take it easy.